Leonid Kizym, Vladimir Solovyov, and Oleg Atkov were Soviet cosmonauts who were part of the Salyut 7 EO3 mission, which was launched on June 25, 1984. This was the third expedition to the Salyut 7 space station, which was in orbit from 1982 to 1991. Leonid Kizym was the commander of the mission. He was born on August 5, 1941, in the Ukrainian SSR. He had previously flown on the Soyuz T-3 mission in 1980 and was a veteran cosmonaut by the time he was selected for the Salyut 7 EO3 mission. During his career, Kizym spent a total of 374 days in space and performed 3 spacewalks. Vladimir Solovyov was the flight engineer of the mission. He was born on January 11, 1946, in the Russian SSR. Solovyov had previously flown on the Soyuz T-10 mission in 1983 and had spent a total of 361 days in space before the Salyut 7 EO3 mission. During this mission, Solovyov set a world record for the longest single spaceflight at the time, spending a total of 237 days in space. Oleg Atkov was the research engineer of the mission. He was born on April 2, 1949, in the Russian SSR. This was Atkov's first and only spaceflight. He spent a total of 237 days in space during the Salyut 7 EO3 mission. During their mission, the crew of Salyut 7 EO3 conducted a range of scientific experiments, including studies on the effects of microgravity on the human body, materials science, and Earth observation. The crew also carried out maintenance work on the space station, which had been in orbit for over 2 years at that point. On January 23, 1985, the crew of Salyut 7 EO3 experienced a close call when the space station suffered a loss of pressure due to a malfunction in the ventilation system. The crew had to work quickly to repair the damage and prevent a catastrophic. They were ultimately successful in their efforts and were able to continue their mission. The Salyut 7 EO3 mission ended on September 10, 1985, when the crew returned to Earth after spending a total of 236 days in space. The mission was considered a success and helped to advance our understanding of human spaceflight and the challenges of living and working in space for extended periods of time. One of the key objectives of the Salyut 7 EO3 mission was to study the effects of prolonged exposure to microgravity on the human body. To this end, the crew carried out a range of experiments on their own physiology, including studies on cardiovascular function, muscle and bone density, and immune function. The crew also monitored their own mental health and cognitive function, which are known to be affected by long-duration spaceflight. In addition to the human studies, the crew also carried out a number of scientific experiments in the fields of materials science, Earth observation, and astrophysics. They used a range of instruments and equipment to observe and analyze various phenomena, including the Earth's atmosphere and weather patterns, the behavior of liquid and gas in microgravity, and the radiation environment of space. Another notable achievement of the Salyut 7 EO3 mission was the repair work that the crew carried out on the space station. As mentioned earlier, the station suffered a loss of pressure in January 1985, which could have had catastrophic consequences if left unaddressed. The crew worked quickly to identify and repair the damage, using spare parts and equipment on board the station. Their success in this endeavor demonstrated the importance of having skilled and experienced crew members on long-duration space missions. The Salyut 7 EO3 mission was a significant milestone in the history of human spaceflight. It demonstrated the feasibility of extended stays in space and paved the way for future missions, such as the Mir space station and the International Space Station. The crew's accomplishments during their time in space have contributed greatly to our understanding of the challenges and opportunities of living and working in the harsh environment of space. The Salyut 7 space station was the last in a series of Soviet space stations launched in the 1970s and 1980s. The Salyut program was designed to explore the potential of manned space stations for scientific research, military applications, and other purposes. The first Salyut station, Salyut 1, was launched in 1971, and subsequent stations were launched roughly every 2 to 3 years. Salyut 7 was launched in April 1982 and was designed to be more advanced and capable than its predecessors. It had a larger living space, better life support systems, and more advanced scientific equipment. The station was intended to be used for a series of long-duration missions, with crews rotating every few months. The Salyut 7 EO3 mission was the third expedition to the Salyut 7 station and was notable for its length and the accomplishments of the crew. The crew's work on human physiology and other scientific studies contributed greatly to our understanding of the effects of long-duration spaceflight on the human body and mind. After the Salyut 7 EO3 mission, the station was occupied by several more crews, and additional scientific experiments were carried out. However, the station suffered from various technical problems, and its orbit began to decay over time. It was ultimately deorbited in February 1991 and burned up in the Earth's of the Salyut program. It was an important precursor to the International Space Station and other manned spaceflight initiatives. The lessons learned from the Salyut stations and their crews have helped to shape our understanding of the possibilities and challenges of human space exploration, and continue to inform ongoing research and development in this field. Leonid Kizym was a Soviet cosmonaut who had previously flown on the Soyuz T-3 and Soyuz T-10 missions. He was a military pilot before being selected for the Cosmonaut Corps in 1966, and had logged over 3,500 hours of flight time in various aircraft. Kizym served as the commander of the Salyut 7E03 mission, and was responsible for the overall operation of the station and its scientific experiments. Vladimir Solovyov was another Soviet cosmonaut who had flown on the Soyuz T-10 mission before being selected for the Salyut 7E03 crew. He had previously worked as a mechanical engineer before becoming a cosmonaut in 1978, and had logged over 3,500 hours of flight time in various aircraft. Solovyov served as the flight engineer for the Salyut 7E03 mission, and was responsible for a range of tasks related to the operation and maintenance of the station. Oleg Atkov was the third member of the Salyut 7E03 crew, and was a physician and scientist as well as a cosmonaut. He had previously worked in medical research and had studied the effects of various environmental factors on human physiology. Atkov was responsible for many of the scientific experiments carried out on the Salyut 7 station during the mission, particularly those related to the effects of microgravity on the human body. The crew's successful repair of the damaged station demonstrated their resourcefulness, teamwork, and scientific experiments advanced our understanding of a range of topics, from the behavior of materials in microgravity to the effects of radiation on the human body. Overall, the Salyut 7E03 mission was a significant achievement in the history of human spaceflight and contributed greatly to our understanding of the challenges and opportunities of long-duration space missions. The crew launched on Soyuz T-13 on June 6, 1985, and docked with the Salyut 7 station 2 days later. They immediately began their work on various scientific experiments and maintenance tasks, but soon discovered that the station was experiencing serious technical problems. The station's power supply was malfunctioning, and the crew had to work quickly to diagnose and repair the problem before it caused more serious damage. The crew's resourcefulness and expertise in spaceflight allowed them to successfully repair the station's power supply, restoring normal operations and preventing a potential disaster. They also performed several spacewalks to repair other damaged systems on the station and to carry out various scientific experiments. During their 237-day mission, the Salyut 7E03 crew carried out over 300 scientific experiments related to fields such as materials science, human physiology, and space biology. They also conducted observations of the Earth and studied the behavior of various materials in microgravity. The crew's work on human physiology was particularly significant, as they conducted a range of experiments to better understand the effects of long-duration spaceflight on the human body. This research included studies on bone loss, muscle atrophy, and cardiovascular function in microgravity, and has helped to inform our understanding of the challenges and opportunities of human space exploration. Returned to Earth on January 29, 1986, after 237 days in space, setting a new record for the longest human spaceflight at the time. The crew's accomplishments on this mission demonstrated the importance of scientific research and technical expertise in human spaceflight, and their work continues to inform ongoing efforts to explore and understand our universe.